Hi everyone, my name is Beth. Thank you very much for the opportunity to come in and have a chat to you today about the Adelaide Smart City Studio. I know that a lot of you are here to learn about Thai robots. I also know that there are Daleks outside, so I really appreciate having a few people here to hear about what we're doing in the smart city space. I just wanted to touch on this concept of the Internet of Things, and if you promise you won't tell my boss, I'm not a technical person at all. And so this concept of Internet of Things is a really new one to get my head around. I know that a lot of you will be very familiar with what that concept means, but basically with the integration of the internet connectivity means that almost anything can now be connected to the internet, and we're talking about traffic lights, rubbish bins, possum boxes, a range of different devices, sensors can now be installed into almost anything, and the opportunities that will provide to us will be transformative. So much so that earlier this year, the World Economic Forum suggested that the Internet of Things would actually be the fourth industrial revolution. So it's captured a lot of people's attention, and certainly from a city's perspective. So in terms of defining a smart city, unfortunately there isn't really a single concept or a single definition of what a smart city is. But basically it's using and harnessing the power of the Internet of Things, that is embedding internet technology into anything to drive a whole pile of new services for cities, but also improve the way that the cities are run. So we're looking at things like smart parking, smart lighting, greater integration with communities and providing new community services, smart buildings, whether it's energy monitoring and management or security, and Wi-Fi. So there's a range of different things that a smart city can start to include. So my job is to manage the Smart City Studio. This is a collaboration between the state government and the Adelaide City Council, but we also work with IT companies like Cisco, but also increasingly with other companies as well as small businesses and new organisations that have an interest in this space, community organisations. We provide an opportunity for young entrepreneurs and innovators, older entrepreneurs and innovators, anyone who's interested in developing a solution for a smart city, we can help them deploy that here in the City of Adelaide. And our role is really to position Adelaide as Australia's smart city. So this, the Premier talks about Adelaide as a living laboratory of new ideas and innovations, and that's part of what we are looking to do. If we can deploy and test smart city ideas in Adelaide, and encourage our local entrepreneurs and innovators to create smart city solutions, then that we're helping them access a new global marketplace to sell their ideas, and that's the real intent of our project. But we wanted a way to also engage our wider community around what smart cities actually means, because it is a term that is a bit jargonistic. So we came up with this somewhat harebrained scheme to use Lego, and for any South Australians, I've been pulled up on my pronunciation. Apparently it's not Lego, which is a devastating realisation, but we wanted to use Lego as a fun way to explain to people what smart cities means and what the opportunity is for Adelaide. So we've created a smart city out of Lego in the space that I manage, which is just off Perry Street. It was launched a couple of weeks ago, and it was an amazing project to be involved with. We worked with an organisation called Southern Bricks. If you check them out, they're here today with a range of other displays that they have on at the moment. But these guys were tremendous volunteers and tremendous enthusiasm to help us with this concept. We also worked with an organisation that specialises in the Internet of Things, an organisation called Buddy. They're actually headquartered here in Adelaide, but they also have an operations in Seattle. and they helped us develop the concept and create some of the scenarios that we can demonstrate in the actual Lego city. And we also worked with the University of Adelaide. So they have they provided us with some students, slave labour, but these students helped us develop and test the technologies, and were there for very many late nights in kind of drilling and including these technologies in part of the actual model. It was a huge community effort, and I remember getting in touch with Southern Bricks a few months out of the project, and I know that they had a conversation with their committee to see if it was something that they would be able to help with. And at one point somebody said, this is crazy, we just don't have enough time. And I think the committee voted acknowledging that it was crazy and that they were going to do it anyway. It was 300 hours of volunteer labour and 30,000 Lego bricks. So in addition to modelling some iconic buildings, we also have a micro-scale version of Adelaide. And what does it actually demonstrate? We have smart sensor lighting that the model can help us to explain to people. It was almost on the day after the business plan was approved by the Adelaide City Council to roll out smart sensor lights in Adelaide. We had the model up and running so that people coming past in Adelaide can actually get a hands-on demonstration of what smart sensor lights mean. So basically, the Adelaide City Council will be rolling out these smart lights across the CBD. They are LED lights that are all connected to the internet, so the council can, because they're LED, it will help the council save significant amounts of money, but the council can then monitor and measure a range of different information, be alerted when the lights are not working or if there is a light that has been blown. But they're also movement detectors, so that the lights will come on brighter when there is activity in the street, and then they'll dim down, thus saving energy when no one's around. And through the Lego model, we're able to show people how the sensors work, and people can kind of turn them on and off as they're walking past, which is a wonderful way to engage the community. We also have a smart parking demonstration within the model that alerts people to, or it provides a way of explaining to people how that will work. Again, that's also been approved by the council, the Adelaide City Council. They want to create an expiation-free environment. So in a couple of, I guess in a year's time, when you park in the city of Adelaide, you can use your phone to pay for your car park. You can also extend your car parking if you accidentally get distracted in the city. You can top up your car park, and that way they're aiming to create an environment where no one gets a parking fine, which is fantastic. The city also, this connected city also demonstrates a smart city dashboard. We have working solar panels in the model. We're simulating a wind turbine, but it provides an opportunity for people to understand how all of this information consolidated into a single place can help city planners manage and monitor the way that their city works. And we've also included futuristic additions. So working with the Southern Bricks community, we talked to them about what they would want from a future city. So there are a number of cool additional things. So 12-year-old Connor built a rain harvesting garden, and then we also have the Ghostbusters building, but I think that was a joke. I'm not quite sure if anyone's suggesting that that's going to be coming to Adelaide. And for us, it's been an absolutely fantastic response. So we got coverage across all of the major news on the day of our launch, and it has provided us with a really unique, fun way to talk to people about smart cities. We're also looking to reach out to school groups and community groups who are interested in coming in to learn more about the model, and also using it as a catalyst to attract and drive conversations with entrepreneurs and innovators who are interested in developing smart city solutions for South Australia and for Adelaide. So that's it from me. You're very welcome to come past anytime you're in the city, just off Pirie Street. and I can show you how the model works. Unfortunately, we couldn't bring it here today, but I'm sure you can appreciate with 30,000 bricks, it wasn't going to fit in my car. Thanks, everyone.